In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. Even we were living in California, and I flew to Tampa to stay with Luke to try and get some wrestling work. And Luke lived in an apartment complex. He was on the third floor, right on the beach, a place called Indian Rocks Beach. And there was a swimming pool right below his balcony. Hawk lived in the apartment just above or next door. Can't remember. He walked in and he came to the balcony. First time I ever met him. And we just got along like this from day one. But he came and he starts pointing up at the planes and he says, see that? It's chem clouds. They're trying to poison us. And at the time, I thought he was a lunatic. You know what I mean? I thought it was complete. Anyway, he's knocking back whiskey because he was wild. The middle of the day, he's knocking back whiskey. He gets 5 somas. If you know what a soma is, you know what somas are, right?
Right.
5 somas. Chucked him in his mouth, chopped him down, knocked him back with a bottle of whiskey, stood on the balcony and jumped off into the pool. Came back up, gave me a hug and said, I like you. Just an absolute nutcase, but a real. I met some amazing people. I really did, and when we went to Vegas to promote XWF, we were in the booth right next to WWE, and obviously a lot of road warriors, they hated them because they'd had bad experience with them. They got fucked by them at some point.
Yeah.
So I shared the room with Hawk, and he wanted to go out. I think we were there 3 nights. We wanted to go out, and I were like his conscience. I'd try and keep him calm, you know, because he was a nutcase. Anyway, one night he wanted to go out, and I'm like, no, Hawk, you're not going out. Just fucking stay in here with me. We'll just watch telly. Anyway, he starts getting all this stuff on. He's going to go out. He's got his bandana on and everything. So I grabbed him and I wrestled him and I threw him off bed. And as I dropped, as we both went onto bed, he shit himself. So he had to get a brand new pair of trousers. End up going out that night. He didn't come. As I was going down to breakfast, he was walking back in, and he had wax all over him. Like someone had been dripping wax all over him. He had wax, but unbeknownst to me, he'd borrowed Roddy Piper's leather jacket, and he lost it that night. He lost the jacket. So Roddy Piper was pissed because that was Roddy Piper's gimmick. I mean, he had that leather jacket everywhere he went. And Hawk had borrowed it, gone out and lost it. He had no idea where he'd been. He had no idea where it was. So I'm coming down for breakfast and he's walking in. So I didn't get breakfast. I ended up walking him back up to the room and trying to babysit him all day. And that picture I sent you was the day after that.
Wow.
So if you look at Hawk's tongue, you'll see it's like white. And like he was out of his mind the whole day. I mean, we had to like proper babysit him. So me and Hacksaw were literally holding him up.
Mate, that is
mad.
Yeah, I mean, he still looks a bit pissed in that picture there, Ian. Like he still looks like
he was out of his mind. He was absolutely out of his mind. But what a wonderful man. Another quick one. When we first moved there, and I got to know Hawk really well, Mike Hegstrand. The first year we were there, I didn't have any money. Literally, we had an apartment. I didn't have a pot to piss in, and I had my daughter was 8, my son was 1. So he lent me $400 to buy my kids Christmas presents. About 6 months later, I got into money. I got a contract with XWF, and I started earning some money, and I was doing other things. I was bouncing at a strip club, and I was personal training people. And I went to give him his money back, and he would never take it back off me. He would never take it back off me. And it was just, I fell up thinking about him now because I miss him. He was such a nice man. He was a crazy bastard, but he was such a fucking nice man. One of the best friends I've ever had. I miss him. I really do. I miss him.